Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Mike and I'm doing my 4.5 month checkup. I've been doing a kind of a crappy job at keeping up on YouTube, but I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to let you know where I'm at right now at my 4.5 month mark. I also want to apologize if the audio is bad. I don't have my microphone today, so we're just going to hope for the best. So let's do a quick recap. Back in January of 2018, this year, I was 400 pounds, and that's when I decided to get into the weight loss program and start losing weight. So through basically doing a keto diet with low carbs, low to no carbs, low sugars, no grains, I lost about 55 pounds up to my surgery date. So I was about 345. And today I am 285 pounds since then. One of the biggest questions that I've been getting is, what can you eat? And that's something that I'm trying to learn every day. And a few weeks after I did after the surgery, they give you the green light to start eating normal foods instead of the soft foods. And since then, I've just kind of been trying to, scared, but trying a little bit of this and a little bit of that along the way. And I found that pork and seafood tend to be pretty good meals for me. Chicken is kind of hit or miss, and steak. Steak I haven't tried yet, just because I'm too scared, because it just seems like it's a little bit tougher. Now I do miss steak because steak is something that I love, and before my surgery, that was like my last meal. I went to Texas Roadhouse and I got a steak, filet mignon, and it was amazing. But I haven't had steak yet, so that's something that I'm looking forward to, working up my tolerance. But I found that so the foods that are working for me are seafood, crab meat, tilapia, shrimp. I'm allowed to eat carbs again now. I try not to eat a whole lot of them because they tend to bother me, and I get what's this called frothing. And I get frothing when I also don't chew very well. I'm gonna try to do something real quick. When I don't chew very well, or if I eat something that doesn't agree with me. So things that haven't agreed with me are like really fatty, like full fat, like ice creams. Now I've been able to eat some ice cream, like Frosties, or from like Wendy's, or like soft serve, or even some lighter, fat ice creams haven't been bothering me. But I can't eat a whole lot. But yeah, when I've tried the full fat stuff, yeah, it doesn't agree with me. But I get this thing called frothing, where sometimes if I eat something like maybe too quick or too tough, like sometimes if I have chicken that's too tough, I just I'll take a few bites and I try to wait, and usually like after a minute or so is when I find out, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that, or I should have chewed it a lot better. And what happens is my stomach kind of fills up with this mucus, and it's not like really like throwing up, but like I just kind of like cough up like the biggest loogie wad of spit. I know it's really gross, and it's nasty. But usually after I cough that up, I usually feel better. But I just have to pay attention to what I'm trying to eat, and still eat healthy, and there's that. But along the lines of the carb stuff, carbs that I can eat, tortillas I can eat. I found out that I can accidentally, on a road trip, I was driving and my wife had some chips, and I know I'm not supposed to be eating chips, but I just reached down, just not thinking about it, and I grabbed some Doritos. Now it's kind of like one of my things that I've been working on is this, I continue to go see my therapist after, because they want you to go see a therapist, but it's just that mindless eating. But I was just in the car and I just reached down, and that's when I found out that Doritos didn't bother me. So, and I've slowly figured out that, when it comes to breads or carbs, if it's crunchy and not soft or chewy, then it does bother me. But if it's like pastas, or if it's like soft breads, or like really soft like pizza dough, that's bad news for me. So I try to stay away from that stuff. If the family does want to have pizza, I can eat pizza, but I try not to eat a whole lot of it, but I insist on trying to get like a thin crust type style pizza, so it doesn't bother me as much. So, you know, there's that. So what else? So some things I've been kind of struggling with is just like, it's kind of hard to notice your weight loss. And, you know, I hear people say that I lost a lot of weight, and I'm just now that I've lost over 100 pounds, starting to see it in pictures. But there for like the last 15 to 20 pounds, I just didn't see it, man. And that was very discouraging. And maybe that's why I haven't done a video in a while, because I felt like if I put myself out there, I just would look like a failure, and I didn't want to, you know, get that in my head. Because what I found that a lot of my issues, I think, are mental. And I think I already mentioned that, you know, I decided to continue seeing a therapist and working through some issues, because, you know, when you get the surgery, you know, you're not really hungry, but and you don't really crave things, but you head crave things. Your head hunger, you know, when you sit down and to eat, and your family wants to go to, say, like a buffet, and you put a bunch of stuff on your plate, but then you're like, man, I can't really eat all that. And then so you take a couple bites, and then you're done, and your stomach's telling you're done, but your brain still says, man, you got all that stuff on your plate. So some of the things I've been doing is that my daughter, she's 3 years old, and she has like little tiny spoons and little tiny plates and bowls. I've been trying to eat out of that at home as much as possible, and trying to pick smaller plates and smaller portion sizes, and trying to maybe split meals when I go out places, so that I don't feel the need to keep eating. And so those are kind of the things that I've been combating. But yeah, so yeah, the mental thing has been tough. Noticing that I've actually lost weight has been tough, but you know, I think I've kind of gotten a little bit of obsessive with maybe measuring, you know, myself. And I know that sounds weird, but like maybe like, I don't want to say obsessive like every day, but like at least a couple times a week, you know, I just take a measuring tape and I remind myself, dude, you are losing weight. Like I was probably should have been in a 5X shirt. I was a 4X, and it was very snug. And now I'm down to, you know, wearing 2X shirts, and my pants went from, I probably should have been a size 50, and they were kind of snug, but now I'm down to, in some of my pants, I have size 42 pants. So, you know, I think the measuring of things have kind of really, you know, helped me remind myself that you are losing weight. And it also helps to look back on, you know, old pictures and remind yourself where you're at. So, but yeah, listen, if you have any questions, if you have, you know, if you're going through this and you want to know more specifics, if I haven't mentioned anything, I know I tend to get on here and just rattle and rant and tell you about what's going on, but feel free to comment down below or send me a message. I'm going to try to do this more often. I know I said this the last few videos, but I think I need to keep keeping it up more. Maybe I'll start doing one once a week. Just kind of check in and tell you how I'm doing. You know, with anything, you know, I'll let you know. So please hit the subscribe button if you want to follow my journey. Hit the like button, and I'll see you next time, all right? Later.